Hey, welcome. And this is me recording this for the seventh, I don't know how many times, quite a few times I've tried recording things and I keep making a mess of stuff. And last time I forgot to turn on live demo mode and did the complete recording, and then realised perhaps I should have turned that on, being as I was trying to demo something. And what I'm trying to demo today is using StreamAlive and its functionality to drive a little quiz in a square format in my Christmas show. So let's take you through the various steps for that. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a new scene, and I'm going to do that by duplicating this one, and I'll remove that welcome movie for a start, put that in the bin, and I'll rename the scene as well. To quiz. So I now have my quiz scene, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop on a web widget. So that's the globe icon down the bottom, and I'll give it the same display name, quiz, and I give it a URL for StreamAlive, so www.streamalive.com, and I've used it before, so it's already in there, but I could just cut and paste that in there. And I want to make this square. So I'm going to tell Ecamm that I want my widget to be 1080 by 1080. So I know it's a nice square widget. There's also a box here called Keep Running. Make sure you tick that box, because if you don't, Ecamm and StreamAlive get a bit confused, and if you move from one scene to another and come back to this one, it won't work. So turn that little tick box on. Don't forget to do it like I did. So I've had my widget overlay in here. So here's my widget overlay, and I'm just going to use the edges of that existing camera where it's guest one to as a kind of, I suppose, to line things up for me. So I just want that to be the same sort of size as the camera next to it. So I've done that there, and I can now get rid of my guest one camera, because I was only using that for a bit of alignment, and the text as well. And then I can come in and adjust my current camera to make it a little bit broader, and I've got a nice sort of layout there. Now you may well notice that I've got a drop shadow on this camera and no drop shadow on the StreamAlive box. To change that, I can just right click on the camera, do copy, and it will make a copy of all the settings. And if I right click on the StreamAlive button or box and hit paste settings, then you'll suddenly see that it's dropped in the same drop shadow around the edge, the same opacity, the same color, that sort of thing. It's also dropped in a little rounded corner up at the very top here. Don't want that, I want that to be over here. So that's just me pixel peeping. So that's me got my StreamAlive widget. So effectively this is just a web window really that we're looking in. So I'm just going to lock those, because it's good practice to do so. Now I've got them in the right place, and you can't resize that window if you move this little hand down the bottom, because that little hand makes the window active. So make sure you resize it before you make the window active. So that window is now active, and I can come down here and just click on accept, and I can go to login for StreamAlive. Now, because I don't want to share my email with everybody and the login code, I'm going to pause this and I'll come back once I've got the login code. But essentially, I will type in my email address there, click get login code, it will send me a login code, I'll cut and paste it into the box, and then I'll be logged into StreamAlive. So I'll be back in a second or two. So I'm back, having logged into StreamAlive. So this is what StreamAlive looks like. And you can go and create all sorts of different presentation templates, as it likes to call them, but they're slides, for want of a better description, I suppose, a little bit like scenes. But one of the things you can do, rather than start from scratch, is ask it to create an AI presentation for you, which is really, really clever. It gives you a couple of prompts, and then you can fill in the prompts, and it's going to create all sorts of different slides, effectively, that you can choose between. So you can specify your audience, you can put anything you like in here. So if I put in live streamers, that's my specified audience, and then enter a topic. Christmas quiz. Then all I need to do is, I'm going to make that capital C just because I'm fussy. Submit that, and AI takes over and creates a whole bunch of questions. Now, quite often the questions for this type of thing can be what takes you tons of times to think about. So it's saying, which country would you like to spend Christmas in? What one word means Christmas to you? It then goes on to some more different types of polls, power polls. Christmas tradition do you find most intriguing? Yule log. What's Krampus? It's quite interesting because I don't know what it is. Transient thoughts, which kind of float across the screen. There's a choice circle, which spins in a wheel and it lets you choose between things. There's an emoji board, there's some ratings polls, and multiple choice questions, a winning wheel. So all sorts of different things in there. And what I can do is just choose to select all or select them individually. So I'm just going to select them all for the moment. Add the 14 slides. And up the top here I have two options. I can either have it in landscape or in square. Now I want it in square, so here we are in square. And then I also want to choose a theme. Now you can go and tweak a bunch of these themes or design your own, use some green screen, put some things in the background, but for simplicity's sake I'm just going to choose the Christmas theme, which has just been released by the guys from Streamer Live. Then what I need to do is tell it what platform I'm going to be working with. So connect to present. So I could be working with YouTube or Twitch or any of these other platforms, but I'm actually going to be working with Zoom. And in Ecamm I have kicked off a Zoom session. So I'm running an Ecamm meeting at the moment, and I've cut and pasted the link to that meeting, and I'm going to press present. I'm going to skip this little box that just says type in the chat, because that's what you always do. You type in the chat, whether it's Zoom or YouTube or whatever. So I don't think it needs to say you need to type in the chat, and you're probably going to tell people that anyway, so I'm going to skip that little notification. And what's happening here is that the Streamer Live bot is joining my Zoom session. So it's joined my Zoom session. It's also recording it, as you may note, and that's because it's going to take some screenshots and things and fire them to me a bit later after I finish my session, which in itself is a pretty cool thing. But this is country. Which country would you like to spend Christmas in? So I can go and type in the Zoom chat what country I would like to spend Christmas in. So it said England. I want to spend Christmas in England. I'll probably go to Scotland, but I've typed in England anyway, because occasionally it thinks that Scotland is in Pennsylvania or Nebraska or somewhere like that. So I need to have a word with them about that and get that sorted. But you can come into this map and you can zoom in and out and have different formats of the map as well, so it can have different looks and feels to it. But that would be a great start to a show, to have people, when they're in the countdown timer stage, saying, where are you calling in from? And then have all the dots appearing on the map, and that would be pretty cool as well. So what else is in there? Now I just chose to let it generate all the slides, so I can't remember what slides it's generated, so we'll skip some of them but put other ones in. So here we go. It's going to create a word cloud for me. So what word means Christmas to you? So I'm just randomly throwing some words in here, and if I type in Santa again, the Santa will go larger, because that's what the word cloud does for you. So I quite like that. If you want to actually see or show me to show you that that's been typed in, so that's me in the Zoom session typing in Santa, or typing in gifts, or indeed typing in trees. So that's me just literally typing into the Zoom session. Could be the same for YouTube or any other platform. People typing in the comments, it's going to come in and drive the presentation for you, or the quiz if you want to call it a quiz. So that'll be up to you what you want to call it. And I will probably flick over a couple of these, but let's just type that one in so you can see what it looks like. Depending on how quick my typing is, because the microphone is on a boom mic and the keyboard's beyond it. But this one, it just drops slowly down the screen with whatever your participants are entering in. So we've got some standard sort of questions here. Which do you find most intriguing? Which Christmas tradition? And if I just put number 2 in, then Krampus is going to appear as very interesting. I don't know what the Feast of Seven Fishes is in either, so but it's interesting that it's brought up all of these using AI, and I'm sure if I go Google all of Krampus and the Feast of Seven Fishes that they are something to do with Christmas that I don't know anything about, but that makes it a bit of an easy journey for me. So I can flick through a few of the others. I'm not going to put a few sentences in because that's going to beyond my typing skills, but it will sort of float bubbles around with sentences in and things like that. There's also a bunch of selectors and spinning wheels and things like that. We'll come back to the spinning wheel again in a minute, but there's one for what should we do next on this show. So that's a great sort of user interaction, and you can either restart it if you want to do several different runs at that, or you can just move on to your next slide. This one drops in emojis. Again, I'm not going to drop emojis. You can imagine what it's like though. Emojis all over the screen, and the big emojis appear are the ones that are most popular. You then got bar charts that go in the other direction. So I'm just typing in a 1 and then typing in a 4. And there we go. And you see the participant's name pop up briefly as well as they enter in the values. So more and more user interaction. So again, I haven't typed this in. This is an AI generated question. Which of the following statements about Christmas is true? Tradition of the tree originated in Germany. Yeah, that's true. Santa Claus is based on a real historical figure from Italy. Not so sure about that one. I know it's Coca-Cola was the sort of design for Santa. First Christmas card was sent in the 20th century. I think that was in the UK. The song Jingle Bells was written for Thanksgiving. I seem to remember that might well be the case actually. And mistletoe was first used in celebrations in the United States. Don't know the answer to that. But thank you very much, Streamalive AI, for thinking up some interesting questions. Although I think I may need to go Google the answers if I'm going to make it a quiz. So this is the spinning wheel for winners. Now, I'm the only person on this Zoom call. I know it's sad. But because I'm the only person on the Zoom call, only I am involved in that spinning wheel. What would normally happen is every person who put comments in would automatically appear in that spinning wheel. So no more cutting and pasting into spreadsheets or different mini applications or anything like that. It's just picks everything up automatically, puts it into the spinning wheel, and you're done. Really, really easy. So that's a great little feature if you like the spinning wheel, and I believe Streamalive are going to be looking at some other integrations and types of winning ways as well, because I've been talking to them this week. So there we go. That's a very quick introduction to Streamalive and their current Christmas theme, and how you can drop it in using a web widget if you wish to do so. If you want to know more about Streamalive, a little QR code down there will take you to an affiliate link of mine. I've actually got an affiliate link. I don't think anyone's ever actually clicked on it yet, but I only got it the other day. But I think the tool's great, the simplicity is great, functionality is super flexible, and it's a great way of getting people involved in things. And if you're doing a little Christmas theme, even better, it's already set up for you. I could go and add in some tumbling snow over the top of this and things like that as well, which I might do next time around. But for the moment, Hopefully that has recorded okay, and I've got from end to end and pressed all the right buttons at the right time, and it's all going to be a good recording. We'll find out any moment now. Cheerio from Edinburgh. Bye.